Good day. Or should I say, I hope we have a God day. Hopefully what I'm about to share is related a bit to today's topic on how body pain speaks. Many years ago, I completed a degree in mechanical engineering at what was then known as Footscray Institute of Technology. I was always interested in engineering as my father had a steel fabrication business, and I went to a lot of factories with him, and he did work for many places in the local area around Footscray. I did not do that well at HSC, but when I started the engineering course, I was interested and highly motivated as I saw the practical application of what I was learning applied to real physical things and real problems. I had the opportunity to make a huge extension and expansion of the applied mathematics, which I could relate to and visualize and come up with practical working solutions. Maybe that is why I love the Bible, God's word, because it is something I seek to apply to myself, my problems, to my life. During my studies, I soon found there was far too much just to remember by rote, so I always tended to try and to understand things, to know and understand the basic principles of mechanics of solids, thermodynamics, fluid dynamics, material science, engineering design, and so on. For now I realize, many years later, that knowledge fills the brain, understanding expands the mind, and wisdom is the correct application of knowledge. Since becoming a Christian, I have prayed many times for wisdom, understanding, insight, and discernment. Anyway, let us get back to the time when I was studying. Long before I got serious with God and committed my life to following Jesus, I would often be studying until 1 or 2 in the morning. I would then try to go to bed, but I could not sleep as my mind was still in study mode and my brain was working overtime. So I'd often go and have to watch half an hour of TV or so to distract my mind, to help it relax, to numb it a bit. Sometimes it's a bit like that with pain, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, for they are all intricately connected. Some would have a drink, take a pill, have a smoke, seek some relief in some way to seek pleasure in an attempt to feel better, to avoid, control, or get rid of the pain. Naturally, I want to avoid pain. I may even fear pain. I do not want any pain, but that is not reality in this world. Because of sin, anything that is not love is sin. I will experience pain. We all will, some much more than others. What if, instead of trying to avoid pain, I accept it and acknowledge it when it comes? Pain and suffering are part of this age. One day when we are fully with Jesus, there will be no more pain and suffering. But for now, I need to accept and keep in touch with reality. As I say, I keep in touch with reality. I talk to God, and he keeps me in touch with reality. He talks to me. It is what I do with my pain that counts. There is good pain, like after a full day's work. I have a bit of body pain, especially as I get older. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. It's good pain in that I have the satisfaction and peace knowing I have done some useful work. Pain can be good, but not pleasant, in that it alerts me that something is wrong or something wrong is being done to me. It is what I do with the pain that counts. I believe that to suffer pain was never our loving Creator's original intention. But in this broken world, there is pain. But if I don't try to fight it or avoid it, and instead take it to God, who has and does experience our pain, He is so great, He can bring good out of it and carry me through it, help me overcome it, or resolve it and dissolve it. By itself, pain and suffering seems futile, meaningless, and horrible. But with God, He is so great, He brings good out of it. I see it in Jesus' death and resurrection. Pain may affect me, but with God, He does not let it infect me, where I may become angry, bitter, depressed, or full of self-pity. What I do with the pain affects me. Our dear little dog Scruffy was mauled to death by 2 dogs of the types which were bred to fight and kill. He went through much physical pain before the Good Shepherd called him home 8 days later. And there's a sweet photo of him on the front cover of the Insights book. As Scruffy would say, not so much by words, but by action. I'm a lover, not a fighter. And that is what I believe Jesus is calling us to be. Thank you for listening.